This is a little bit different to my other vlogs because in this vlog I'm going to explain something that happened when I was in Vang Vieng. Now I have already made this video whilst I was in Vang Vieng. I filmed this video with me just walking around the streets and explaining what happened on one particular night. Now I don't know what happened to the file, but it was corrupt and I couldn't use it, so now I'm having to do it again. Now in the other video you can see me going tubing to the Blue Lagoon, to caves. This is amazing. All the usual stuff that people do in Vang Vieng. Vang Vieng's a great city, it's surrounded by a beautiful landscape, it's lively, there's lots of bars, there's a good nightlife, there's plenty of activities to do, and it's definitely worth going to. If you're in Laos, then go to Vang Vieng. It's a fantastic place. Unfortunately, there is a dark side to Vang Vieng, and that's what I'm going to talk about now. This video, I guess, acts as a warning to other people that might be considering visiting Vang Vieng. So, on the day where we went tubing, it was a fantastic day. We went tubing down the Nam Song River, I think it is, and stopping off at the bars on the way down, and it was a fantastic day. Everyone had a great time. We finished about 6 PM, and then we headed back to the hostel, got changed, and then we're back out in a bar by 7 o'clock. We went straight to the sister hostel of the place we were staying in, a place called Freedom Backpackers 2, and they were providing free barbecue and free whiskey. So the day continued, more drinks, more food, and yeah, it was just absolutely fantastic. We then all went down to what is described in Vang Vieng as a happy bar. And what this means is when you go in, you order a beer, and then they pull out a menu from under the counter. On this menu they have weed for sale, opium, magic mushrooms. You can either buy it cannabis joints, or you can have it on a pizza. You can have opium pizza, magic mushroom pizza, etc, etc. When I was in Vang Vieng 4 years ago, this was also the case then. Now they also have ketamine, MDMA, speed. So they're selling kind of class A drugs as well as the so-called softer drugs. Now last time I went, I had heard about these bars, and I had read that you are pretty safe in the bars, so because it's illegal in Laos to smoke marijuana, but you're okay in the bars. The police turn a blind eye. What you're not supposed to do is take it out of the bar, because then you can get into some serious trouble. There was a big group of us, and maybe 1 or 2 people bought something off the happy menu, just a joint, nothing heavy, and yeah, and then we went and had a big bloody sandwich on the burger street. Then one of the guys said, oh, there's some live Israeli acoustic music in some bar 5 minutes away. So we all headed off up there, and it was really nice, great atmosphere. Then the bar owner said he was closing and that we had to leave. Now we're only a couple of minutes away from one of our group's hostel, and he said the hostel's really cool. It's got a nice big garden that goes right down to the river, and we can go there and we can sit. They have a pool table, we can chill out, we can have a beer, and this area is away from the hostel, so it doesn't matter about noise and such. So off we went to this place. I picked up a couple of beers from a shop on the way, and we got there. There were 6 of us. There was me and 2 friends that I'd been hanging out with, and then 3 other guys that we'd just met. So we all went to the hostel. Me and one of my friends started playing pool, and everything seemed really nice. About 5 minutes into us being there, we noticed that there were 2 other guys had joined the group. 2 guys seemed to appear from nowhere, and we just thought they're just other travellers. Then they kind of looks like it was a bit iffy. They were starting to be aggressive and you know, barking orders at people. So we walked over to them, and they said, right, you all need to sit down. We need to search all your bikes. Now this is very strange. I've got nothing on me, you know, so I wasn't particularly concerned about this. They searched everybody's bags, and they looked in the ashtrays, and they found like half a joint. And so then they said these were not policemen. I mean, they did show us a card very quickly. They just flashed some card in front of us, but they were just dressed casually. They had jeans and a t-shirt on. So then they said, you're all under arrest and we need to take you to the station. A few of the guys were trying to reason with them, and I think this came back to bite them on the ass in a way, because they actually said, look, it's only half a joint, man, you know, we've been to Full Moon and you know what the crack is down there, etc, etc. So they basically admitted that it was theirs. The next thing that happened is an actual policeman in uniform turned up, and then they said, you all need to come with us to the station. And this is where they started getting really aggressive. They started pulling us towards this pickup truck, not even a police car, a pickup truck, and ordered us to get in the back of this pickup truck. Now I was getting scared now, because I was thinking, where are they going to take us, you know? Who are these guys? I don't even know if they're policemen, you know? I decided, sod this, they've searched my bags, they've found nothing on me, I'm going home, I'm going back to the hostel. So I started walking off, and then two of them just literally grabbed hold of me from behind and just dragged me back to the pickup truck and ordered me to get on. Right, so right now we've been arrested by the police, and basically, they've arrested us because they found, I don't know, they found a bit of dope somewhere or something. So we're going to the police station. We all have to be interviewed, and yeah, we'll see what happens. So we got on the truck, and it took us to this tourist police station. It didn't seem official, and there were no police cars outside, no police bikes or anything. They were all private vehicles. So we get in there, and they explained that they were going to interview us all separately. So one by one we all went in, and when it got to my turn, the guy was saying, so you've been to the Full Moon and you bought some cannabis from Full Moon? And I said, no, I haven't. So he gave me this form to fill out, so I put my name in. I gave the wrong, well, I misspelled my name, and then on the back it said description of offence, and he said, right, so on there I want you to write down that you've smoked cannabis in the Full Moon bar, but you didn't take it out. And I'm saying, I'm not going to write that, because then I'm just basically admitting guilt. So he then he wasn't sure what to tell me to write, so in the end I just wrote, I have not committed an offence. Gave it him back. He read it, looked very angry, and then told me to go, and then interviewed the next guy. We were in there for about 3 hours, and eventually, after they'd interviewed us all, the main guy came out, and he pointed to me and one of my friends, the one I was playing pool with, and he said, you two, you can go. And that was the end of it. The other 4 had to return at 9 o'clock in the morning, which was about 3 hours later. I can remember him saying, look, you know, we don't want to stay here all night, so come back at 9 o'clock and we'll deal with you then. We're keeping your passports. So that was the end of it for me. The guys that went back at 9 o'clock the next morning were told, this was a new guy now, and he told them, you've got 2 choices. You can either go straight to jail right now, no trial, no anything, just literally you will get chucked into jail for 10 years, or you can pay us 5 million kip and this problem will go away. So when you're given a choice like that, what are you supposed to do? And they even gave them a map of ATMs where they could go there, because you can't draw that much out from one ATM, so they had to go to numerous ATMs, and they gave them a map and said, you'll be back here in an hour with 5 million kip each, and then that's the end of it. 5 million kip is about $500 each, so they had no choice. They were basically buying back their passport. So they all went, they took the money, gave it to the policeman, and in front of them, no shame, he shared it amongst the staff and the people who had arrested us the night before. Now $500 is a lot of money in Laos when you think that a teacher in northern Laos earns about $1,000 per year. These guys have just made 2 grand in one night, and it seems that they do that every single night. I've read blogs online, there's a vlog as well which I'll link to in the description, where literally this has happened to other people and exactly the same thing has happened. The police have appeared undercover in a hostel garden or outside a bar or in a park, wherever. a lot of people are in on this because they can make money. So you might leave a bar and the barman might be really, really friendly, and if he sees you walked out with a joint, then he can phone the police and then he gets a cut. So it's very corrupt. So it kind of left a real bitter taste in my mouth. I really enjoyed Vang Vieng until then, and then after that I just spent the next 2 days in my hostel just hiding away and just going out for food, because I was just annoyed. I was just angry at these corrupt policemen. They've been doing this now for 15-20 years. Every night, you know, some tourist who's in the wrong place at the wrong time, even if he hasn't got drugs, sometimes they plant drugs on you. So it's really, really corrupt, and it's something that you need to be aware of when you're in Vang Vieng. A lot of tourists become comfortable because you can go into a bar and order drugs and sit there and smoke it, so they think, oh, this is a relaxed place, we'll be fine. You won't be. So if you do go to Vang Vieng and you do use the happy bars, or you do buy some cannabis or something like that, only smoke it in the bars. Don't take it back to your hostel, don't take it anywhere else, because you never know who is around you. You never know who that guy is on the table who's been friendly with you all night and then suddenly sees you smoking a joint and he can make himself $100. A word of warning: go to Vang Vieng, enjoy it. It's a great place, great nightlife, beautiful landscapes. As I've said, it's a fantastic place, but just be extremely careful because the police are utter shits.